thought I would never hear that being said to me, ever. Once you've been incarcerated, the word sorry never comes to you at all. So I was grateful, I was thankful that that was even an option at that moment. I don't hold any bitterness towards anybody. I'm just happy that now me and my husband can now properly grieve for the daughter that we lost. It's been kind of hard to do that considering what we were dealing with. So I'm just happy that now we can grieve and try to heal from the time that we lost, not only with our physical lives, but also with dealing with the situation at hand.
Do you accept the apology?
I do. I do.
Mr. Anderson, you've been doing this for 50 years. How rare was it to hear an officer of the state offer such an apology?
Extremely rare. Extremely rare. And I think what's important to understand about what happened today is that this dismissal is not due to what is commonly referred to as a legal technicality. It arises from extensive medical analysis that was produced in court during the proceedings post-conviction over the last 6 years prior to the Supreme Court's decision. None of the testimony that was produced at that time was heard by the original jury. And that testimony established that Mackenzie, baby Mackenzie, who died 13 hours after being discharged from the hospital, had conditions both in utero and in the hospital that could not have occurred from any act by anyone, including Mr. and Mrs. Debelbot. This baby died because of a devastating pre-existing condition that developed in utero. And that's what the medical testimony adduced. And the Supreme Court said they need not address that medical evidence because of the profound legal error made by the prosecutor at that time in improperly arguing the burden of proof issue. However, the court noted that they did not agree with findings made in the lower court at the time of the order from this lower court with respect to that medical testimony. In fact, they said they had serious concerns regarding the correctness of those rulings. I think it's extremely important that the public understand that Ashley and Albert did not harm their baby, and the medical evidence establishes that.
How has it been to go for the last, since 2008, when y'all were arrested, knowing that people thought y'all harmed and killed your child? How have you dealt with that over the course of the last 13 years? That's a tough question.
For me, to be accused of a crime as such was embarrassing. Because I know the kind of people that we are, that we wouldn't harm anybody, let alone our own child. So to be accused of a crime was hurtful. We had just moved here, starting a new life with the child that we planned. So to be accused of such a heinous crime was very hurtful. Very, very hurtful. The people who knew us knew the truth. And there were times when giving up seemed like the best way out because nobody would listen to us. It's like screaming in the middle of a room and nobody hears you. Until finally, somebody starts to pay attention that something might have been wrong.
What do you say to the Innocence Project and the people that did pay attention and push this?
I like to start with Jocelyn Lee. Jocelyn Lee was the force field behind us standing right here today.
Yes.
Definitely.
Many of y'all don't know her, but she reached out to me with a letter And all they said was, I believe that you and your husband are innocent, and I want to help. So through her advocating, yes, through her advocating to get us to the Wisconsin Innocence Project, and them taking our case and believing in our innocence, I thank them wholeheartedly. But it all started with a letter from Jocelyn Lee.
How are you changed from the person who was escorted out of this courthouse and into prison in October of 2009 to the person that stands here today being able to walk home free?
I was 24 when I was sentenced to prison. I'm now 36 years old. My birthday is next month, and I'll be 37. It'll be my first birthday that I spent free. I had to grow up in Department of Corrections. I had to learn how to be strong in spite of what I was dealing with. I'm the same Ashley. The only thing different is I'm stronger, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and physically. But I've never changed. I've been the same person before incarceration, during incarceration, and I'm going to be even better post-incarceration.
Can we ask, how did y'all manage to maintain your marriage over all that time, being in prison miles apart? Did you correspond regularly, or is there anything you would mind telling us about that?
Well, the better question is, we lost 12 years being apart. Let's ask the better question. What is the state going to do for us, right? I joined the Army protecting the same freedom that was taken from me without any crime or anything happening. I believed in that. I lost a buddy in Iraq. I lost a buddy that lost his leg. Protecting the Constitution, the freedom that we so believe in here in America. We come home, but the same system that we went to war to protect would never protect us. Our simple rights.
That's right.
This needs to be addressed.
It does.
We lost 12 years.
Amen.
That apology in there was proper. Why are you asking me do I accept that apology? That apology was meant to be said.
That's right.
My freedom, I did not lose to begin with. So why is he giving it back to me and apologizing? It should have never been taken from the beginning.
That's right.
But I would like to thank everybody that believed in our innocence, that trusted us, believed in us, and walked with us this entire time.
Amen.
And most of all, I would like to thank God because of all of this.
That's it, right? That's it.
Mr.
All right.
How many tours in the Middle East did you do?
I did a year of tour in Iraq. And again, my career was forfeited by this.
What was your rank when you?
I was an E4 when I got locked up. That was a specialist. But then again, that was a career. It never went anywhere because of this. Ask questions about what's going on with people like us. Right? Why do we have to go through this? We serve our country honorably at that, but yet we come home and we have to face something like this.
Anything else either one of y'all would like to say? Anything that y'all would like, Mr. Fletcher, anything you'd like to say?
Just briefly, if there's a lesson from this case, it's that every child's death is a tragedy, but not every tragedy is a crime. And too often, we would rather believe that good people have done a bad thing for no reason reason than believe that a bad thing could happen to good people.